Good morning or hello, everybody. Welcome back. Day 3, social studies we'll be covering. All right, let's begin. I hope all is well. I hope everybody is good. You all rested. You all managed to complete even the test that I shared, the link that I shared with you yesterday. Okay, let's begin. Okay. All right, first question. Which of the following best completes the statement below? The sentence is below. The Chinese and Indians arrived in the Caribbean to participate in dash. As dash, they were viewed as dash workers. Your hand is up.
Sir, I would say C, sir.
C. Okay. So C says the Chinese and East Indian arrived in the Caribbean in indentured servants as migrants. They were viewed as Dutch. All right, let's go. So this one says, so it's actually D. The Chinese and East Indians arrived in the Caribbean to participate in indentureship. I know that the indentureship is this 5-year period, 3 to 5-year period that they would work. And it says, as indentured servants, they were viewed as contract workers. So that one is D. Next one. All right. Which push factors resulted in the arrival of the East Indians in Jamaica?
Don't forget to change the settings on.
Okay, so let me give you a hint. Push factors are those situations that would force somebody to leave their country or their living area in order to seek for better conditions. The opposite of such are pull factors, and pull factors would be those scenarios that would attract you or force you to leave your area where you reside because the condition in the new area is better. So I see 2 answers in the chat. Somebody says C. Okay. 2 persons said C. Yes, John.
I would say D, sir.
A.
As in dog, sir.
In the push. Okay. All right, so it's actually C. Poverty, famine, and unemployment. So just to explain, as I said before, push factors would be those situations or those living conditions that would force you to leave. For example, being unemployed, the East Indians were unable to provide their basic needs and also provide for their family. Famine would suggest a shortage of food, which would make them unable to fulfill their nutritional needs. And poverty would be the inability to provide for oneself due to the lack of resources. So the East Indians made the decision to travel to the Caribbean to work so that they will be able to escape this condition. If we're talking about pull factors, D would be the best option. Employment, a better way of life, and paid passage to the West Indies. Okay. Next one. Which best explains the significance of Independence Day? Independence Day is a celebration of a country having its own national symbols while under colonial rule. B, Jamaica's break from colonial rule. C, Jamaica's self-rule while obeying all the laws of Great Britain. And D, the emancipation from slavery and dependence on Great Britain.
Sir, I would say A, sir.
Okay, A. Look in the chat. I see A. Thank you very much, Samuel. Anybody else? Kevoy? Malik? All right, see A. Okay. So Independence Day is a celebration of Jamaica's break from colonial rule. And if you recall, the road to independence, which was the journey that Jamaica took, and the nation, the path that the nation took in order to be free from colonial rule. And the last phase of such was Jamaica gaining independence in 1962 on August 6, thus allowing Jamaica to govern herself, no longer constrained by the colonial rule of Britain. So independence is a celebration of such. Okay, let's move on. Which best explains why the Chinese came to Jamaica after emancipation? Right, give the chat. All right, so the options are receive paid passage back home, work as slaves on plantations, flee poverty and famine in Calcutta, create a better life for their families. And I see here D, also see A. All right, let's see. Yes, it's D. Yes, it's D. Yes, John, go ahead.
Never mind, sir.
Yeah, and the circumstances remain the same, are similar to that of the East Indians, because both of them seemingly arrived in Jamaica around the same time period, or the same period. All right. Next one. The letter on the map of the world represents areas where some of the ethnic groups who came to Jamaica originated. Use the map to answer question 5, and the question is, which letter represents Africa on the map? Is it A, W, B, X, C, Y, D, Z? All right, Malik, I see your answer. Yes, John, your hand is raised. Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you very much, Malik.
Sir,
Yes,
W.
WR, let's see. And it is W, Africa. Mama Africa. All right. The timeline below shows major events in Jamaica's history. Use this to answer question 6. 1655, you have here the arrival of the English, Samuel Sharp Rebellion in 1831. You are to select the option that would, with the options that would correctly complete this timeline. What happened in 1865? What happened in 1944? Is that an all hand, John? Or is it that you have raised your hand currently? Oh, it's an all. All right, cool. So which two major events in Jamaica's history are represented by X and Y? Is it A, universal adult suffrage and emancipation? B, Morant Bay Rebellion and universal adult suffrage? C, universal adult suffrage and Morant Bay Rebellion? And D, Morant Bay Rebellion and independence?
Sir, I would say B.
Repeat.
I would say B, sir. B as a
B as
bat,
dog.
sir.
Okay.
Repeat.
Anybody else? All right, let's go. So, in 1865, I am sure, if I'm not mistaken, the Morant Bay Rebellion took place. And in 1944, universal adult suffrage, which guaranteed people over the years age 21 to vote. And there you have it. X is Morant Bay Rebellion, which took place in 1865, universal adult suffrage in 1944. All right. In what way did the East Indians use their skills to contribute to Jamaican economy in the late 19th century? So they use their skills in A, farming and fishing, B, banking and financing, C, wholesaling and retailing, D, fashion, designing, and cooking. I'm looking at the chat. I see D. I see A. All right. Any other answers? Or I proceed with the answer.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
I would say farming and fishing. I would say A. A as for apple.
Okay. All right. All right. So the answer is farming and fishing. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let's move on. All right. This one reads, which is the best way to preserve our culture? By A, participating in national and school events which promote our food, music, dance, and folklore. B, participating in national and school events that promote Jamaican food, exercise, health, and wellness. C, watching television programs about the culture of foreign countries. And D, playing football and video games with other children online. Which of these preserve our culture? I see 2 hands. So I'm going to take both. Go ahead.
Sir, I think the answer is A.
A. All right, next person.
Sir, I will go with B, sir.
You'll go with D or B. All right, in the chat, I see A.
I will go with B, sir. B.
B as
B
in
as
banana.
in for
All right, let's go. And let's say A. The answer is A, participating in national and school events which promote our food, music, dance, and folklore. And this would preserve the culture because in the schools you have different generations of children. So you have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, up to grade 6. So through these events, our folklore, our history, our food, our music, dance, their origin, and the persons who would have played a major part in them, when this information is impressed upon children, by the time they are older, they will be aware of Jamaica from this standpoint, and they will do the same by passing it on to the generation that follows them. So this would preserve our culture. And again, food, music, dance, and folklore would be, aspects of culture. Let's proceed. All right, which of the following promotes Caribbean culture? A, broadcasting CariFesta on television stations in the Caribbean. B, putting on festivals about British culture that Caribbean people participate in. C, showcasing traditional African dance watched on social media by Caribbean children. And D, attending Halloween parties in the Caribbean. Which of these would you say promote Caribbean culture? All right, go ahead. All right, John, I see your hand.
Excuse me, sir. Which John are you talking?
Repeat.
Which one
John
am I
are
talking, sir?
I didn't hear that.
Which one are you talking? John Green or John Mark, sir?
Well, John Green. John, both of your hands are up. So both John Mark
I
and
would say B, sir. B as in for boy.
B for boy. All right. Check the chat if I see any answers. All right, not yet. So for this one, broadcasting. All right, let me ask, do you know what CariFesta is? Huh?
No, sir.
Okay, so so the term, just a little nugget of knowledge. The term CariFesta, the abbreviation CariFesta means Caribbean Festival of Arts. So what does CariFesta, what does it mean about CariFesta? It's really and truly a cultural explosion, if you put it that way, where, people from different Caribbean countries will come and celebrate the beauty and the diversity of creativity, which means they'll come and they'll put art pieces, dance, and all these other art, drama, art-related activities on display, and you would have different Caribbean countries. So say the best from JCDC would go, or you have different cultural groups, music would go to CariFesta and participate. All right, moving on. Read the quote, then use it to answer question 10. The Right Honorable Marcus Garvey once said, "The black skin is not a badge of shame. but rather a glorious symbol of greatness, which best explains how the quote may inspire people to develop a greater appreciation for their culture. Is it A, people will become motivated to do great things regardless of ethnicity? B, people will develop a greater appreciation for Marcus Garvey as a national hero and a cultural icon. C, people will become more willing to embrace their identity, their history, and love who they are regardless of ethnicity. And D, people will view visual art pieces with Marcus Garvey quotes and know that he was a champion of the people while he was alive. All right, so let me go to the chat first. I'm not seeing the chat. The chat has gone silent on me. So let me move to the raise hand section. Yes, John Mark.
Sir, I think the answer is B as in boy.
Yes, in boy. John Green.
Sir, I'll go with C. C as for cat.
All right, let's see. It's C. People will be more willing to embrace their identity, their history, and love who they are regardless of their ethnicity.
It is one way.
And this was one of the things that Marcus Garvey was trying to promote for Black people or people of African descent not to feel shame because of their skin. Right. So this map right here, you must answer this question. Which mountain ranges are labeled P and Q? So C, I see letter C in the chat. All right, John Green, go ahead. What's your answer?
Sorry, sir. I'm not ready to answer. My hand was up for the
All right,
research
so I haven't
question,
heard
sir.
from. I haven't heard
Sir,
from.
sir,
Go
I
ahead.
think, sir, I think the answer is C. As in
Kevoy, Malik, and Samuel, I haven't heard from you in the longest while. All right, thank you. Let's look. C. P is Blue Mountain, obviously. And then Q, Moko Mountain. All right, next one. Which river can be found to the north of Halfway Tree? One person said they think that it's Rio Grande. Somebody said Wagwater. Anybody think it's Plantain Garden or Great River? All right, let's see. Yes, John. I see your hand.
sir, I truly think the answer is C.
All right. Next person.
Sir, I would say Wagwater, sir.
All right, let's see.
A.
Yes, it's Wagwater.
Sir, the reason I would say Wagwater because Rio Grande and Planting Garden and Great River are down the line from Portland to St. Mary, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's try another. Which plain is southwest of Halfway Tree? Is it George's Plain, Vere Plain, Ligani Plain, or Pedro Plain? All right. In the chat, I see B. Vere Plain. Anybody else? Hand just went up. Go ahead.
Sir, I also think the answer is B as in Vere Plain.
Vere Plain, and I see another hand. Everybody's going with
Sir,
B.
Sir, I'll go with B, sir. B as a bat.
All right, you guys know your maps, man. Very good, very good. All right, next one. The letters W, X, Y, and Z represent countries on the map of the Caribbean below. Use the map to answer the question. Which country is located approximately 22 degrees north latitude and 73 degrees west longitude?
All right, let's see if we can. All right.
Ready when you are ready. Is it W, X, Y, Z? All right, go ahead. Take your answer while I look in the chat. Yes, boy.
So the answer D.
Repeat.
No, sir, no, sir.
I see B in the chat. All right.
Sir, I would say B as well, sir.
B,
Sir, I would say W.
W. All right, let's go. So, let me go and see if I can bring out my map skills, or if I'm getting too old. Let's see. All right, so 22 degrees north. So it would be somewhere here. That's between 20 and 25. And then 73 degrees west. So that's 70 to 75. So it would be somewhere here. So where we're looking for is right here. I don't know. Probably I'm wrong. Who knows? Let's see what the answer is. Right, so the answer is X. So if you had XB, that means it's correct. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, next one. Oh no, my slide has frozen. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Okay. All right, can everybody see question 15?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So it says, which major
Yes,
line of
sir.
latitude is found at 23 degrees north, 33.5 degrees north on the map of the world? Is it A, the Tropic of Capricorn, B, the Tropic of Cancer, C, the equator, or D, prime meridian? Okay, look in the chat. Yes, John Mark.
Sir, the answer is A as in ant.
Yes, in ant. Anybody else? All right, let's go.
Sir, I would say A, sir. A as in for apple.
It's A for
Well,
apple.
well, well. Take a bite out of that apple because it's B as in biscuit. It's actually the Tropic of
Oh, how the
Cancer.
answer is B?
All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Cancer is 23.5. Capricorn, that's north, and Capricorn is 23.5. South. Okay, next one. It says Jason set out on a hike into the highland area of the country with his family. His father told him the summit was a long way up. Finally, they got to the top, which was more than 600 meters high. There was no peak. He walked across the huge, practically flat surface and examined. This is not a mountain. Which landform is described in the passage? A, plain, B, hill, C, mountain, D, plateau. Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you very much, Malik, John Mark,
So
and John Green. What are your answers?
I think the answer is D.
C, mountain. Okay. Anybody else?
Sir, I would go with D.
Sir,
D
I
as in
said
the
All right. The answer is
no
D.
for me too, sir.
Yeah, what were the standout features? Like, why did you select D, if I may ask? Why didn't you just go with
Because it said it was 600 meters high and that the surface of its face is flat. It's flat.
practically flat? And it can say it's a highland area. Mm-hmm.
Sir,
Right.
the
And it's more than
reason I could
600
say
meters.
plateau is because it says that it's a highland and it
Mm-hmm.
says there was no peak, and then he said it was practically flat surfaced. That is how I got to say that it's a plateau, sir.
Yeah, so it's an elevated piece of flat land. All right, thank you. Let's move on. All right, you guys are doing good so far. No, lovely. All right, which of the following is a good product? Which of the following is a good product that is produced in mountain environments? A, coffee, B, corn, C, hiking, D, sugarcane. John Mark, shaking your
Sir,
hand.
I think the answer is A.
Coffee. Anybody? Let me look in the chat. I see A. Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you. Yes, this is supposed to be a giveaway. And say you're about
Sir,
mountain. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. And then think about it. Blue Mountain Coffee. That's what's supposed to ring a bell. Yeah, it's coffee. Next one. Which describes a human activity that has little or no effect on mountains? All right, I see a hand. Go ahead. I see
Sir, I
B.
think, sir, I think the answer is B.
A, cutting down trees for timber. Somebody person is asking if it's B. All right, let's see. It is B. Question. Do you know what a buffer zone is? Or do you know what buffer zones are?
No, sir.
All right, think about it.
yes, sir, I do.
Go ahead, John. Lovely. Go ahead and explain.
Sir, a buffer zone is when it is protected from harmful things like cutting down of trees, sir.
That's
Cutting
it?
down of trees and destroying the environment for the animals to live in, sir.
Yeah. So technically what a buffer zone is, think of it as, say I'm building a house, right? Or say I'm building close to a pond. And I know that if anything from our river, rather, and that I'm building this house beside the river, and I know that stuff from the building or the construction site will, if it goes in the water, it will cause damage or in turn harm organisms. What I would do, a buffer zone now would be like a perimeter or fence or a barrier that would prevent anything from where I'm working to go into the river. And you would have seen this many times. For example, have you ever passed a construction site and you'd have realized that they place zinc all around it? Or they use like some black tarps to keep the dust in and other debris? So that would be the buffer zone. So that a buffer zone wouldn't have any effect, a little or no effect on the environment because it's actually intended for protection rather than damage. All right. All right. Next one. Crime scene. Thank you very much, Mal Samuel. Thank you. Next one. Which statement is true? Both lakes and rivers are surrounded by land, flow into the sea, are developed from underground saltwater springs have sources which come from inland. Go ahead. See one hand raised already.
Sir, I think the answer is D.
All right.
Sir, I will go with D, sir. D as in dog.
D as in dog. All right. And it's D as in dog. Have sources which come from inland. Yep. All right, let's move on. Question 20. It says, which is an example of a peninsula? All right, check in the chat.
Sir, go with B, sir. B as in bat.
B as in bat. Somebody said C. All right, John Mark, what's your answer?
Sir, my answer is C.
Kevoy. Malik said C. All right. Okie dokie. Yes, and it is C. Let me share something with you. Peninsula is a long, narrow piece of land, almost entirely surrounded by water. This is what, stands out. It extends into the sea, but is connected to the mainland on one side. And then the closest peninsula to, the most popular peninsula in the Caribbean is this one, Florida, which is in the United States of America. So here's the mainland, and then you have this long stretch of land extending from it, and it is almost surrounded by water. So, cool. Cool. Let's move on. Let me touch another one. It says, which is not directly related to climate change? Increase in crop yields, increase in the number of hurricanes occurring outside their season, changes to weather patterns, plants and animals adapting to changes in the environment in order to survive. Yes, John? All right, go ahead.
Sir, I think the answer is D as in dog.
D as in dog. And this one says increase in crop yields. No. It's not expected that crops will increase in climate change and decline. All right, moving on. All right, cool. It says read the
Excuse me,
statement
sir.
below, then use it to answer the question below. Based on Accra is in Ghana is hot all year round. New York in the United States experiences differences in temperatures between summer and winter. Based on the climatic condition experienced in New York and Accra, which of the following is true? All right, John Mark, Grace, your hand is raised. Go ahead.
Sir, I think the answer is A, as in apple.
A as in apple. Yes, Ghana is closer to the equator. The closer you are to the equator, the hotter. The further you are, the cooler it is. And the weather conditions may vary. All right, moving on. Moving right along. Which is true? Oh, come on. My bad. My bad. That was all right, good. Examine the graph below, then use it to answer the questions. Which is being illustrated by the graph? The average monthly rainfall in Tokyo, Japan for 2019. The average number of people living in Tokyo, Japan in 2019. The average temperature in Tokyo, Japan in 2019. The average daily rainfall in Tokyo, Japan for 2019. Or I could say 2019. Whichever works best for you. Give me a second, please. There's something hiding that. Yep. No, I'm ready of it. All right, good. Yes, John Mark. I also see answers in the chat. A.
So I think the answer is C, as in cat.
C as in cat. I see persons with A. Therefore, our answer is A. The monthly rainfall because it says, check this out. Right here it says precipitation. And you know what precipitation refers to? Snow, sleet, hail, rain. And then it gives you, up top it says climate graph for Tokyo, Japan 2019. And it also, it shows January, February, right up to December. And it shows you the rainfall level. So, yeah. All right. Across the 12 months. All right, next one. Hold on, let me skip through. It says, which trend is shown in the climate graph? Temperatures, A, increase for the first 8 months, then decrease. B, increase steadily throughout the year. C, decreased for the first 8 months, then increase. And D, decreased, then increase during the first 6 months of the year. Okay.
Sir, I will go with A, sir.
Me too, sir. I'll go with A.
Okay, it's A. So you can see there was an increase in the temperature. All right, so the temperature went up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it dropped 1, 2, 4. All right, next one. Which of Jamaica's national symbol is shown in the picture? This. All right. Aki tree, right?
Sir, I will go with C, sir. C as in cat.
Yeah, as in
So
cat.
I'd go with D as in dog.
Dog. All right, someone else said C. Someone else said C. Let's see if C is the correct answer, or is it D? It's D, the blue maho tree. All right, let's move
Excuse me,
on.
sir.
Go ahead.
How could you tell that it was the blue maho? I didn't see anything blue on it, sir.
Very, very good question. However, in this case, the lignum vitae is oftentimes shown as a flowering plant which has purple flowers, while on part of the blue maho tree, it's not necessarily blue. I think it has something to do with the color of the wood. But it's not like the tree is blue, but it's just the name of the tree. But I believe it has something to do with the color of the wood that the tree gives
Sir, I think it has a orange color flower.
All right. But that's actually the image of the blue maho tree. That this image has been around before before I was born. I've been seeing it from I was young, very, very young.
Sir?
Yes, Kevoy, I see your hand.
So I thought when they say about the Blue Maho, I thought it was just meaning that it was growing and it's on the Blue Mountain. So I thought that's why they call it the Blue Maho.
All right. So as I said before, here's some information. The blue refers to the beautiful blue-green streaks that appear in the wood when it is polished. This distinctive feature is what sets the blue maho tree apart from other trees. So yeah, that's why it's called blue maho. All right, this one says, which protocol is true about the use of the national flag of Jamaica? A, flags of other countries should be placed above or to the left of the Jamaican flag at foreign embassies. B, during a flag raising ceremony, all persons should face the flag and stand at attention. C, the Jamaican flag may be left on the floor after being used at a function. And D, the flag should be worn by Jamaicans during national celebrations.
Sir, I would go with B. B as in for bat. But I will also go with A, sir. A as in apple.
Okay.
Sir, I would say B as in boy.
B as in boy. This person said in the chat, during the flag raising ceremony, everybody should face the flag. And stand at attention. All right, let's see.
Sir, I also pick B as an answer because no other flag should be raised over our flag in our country.
All right, all right. See you know your social studies. All right, here and for A says it should be placed to the left above. Other flags should be placed above or to the left of the Jamaican flag at foreign embassies. Here it says
I'm going
Jamaican
with
flag must be
B,
flown to
sir.
the right of all other flags except at foreign embassies, consulates, and missions. Also, no foreign flag should be flown publicly unless the Jamaican flag is also being flown. All right. Let's go. And the answer for this one is B. During a flag raising ceremony, all persons should face the flag and stand at attention. Lovely. Oh, okay. Yeah, this one. Which group of words best completes the sentences below? Jamaica is a dash. The dash, which is the laws of the land, states that dash have the right to dash for the leader of their choice. Is it A, monarch, senate, constituency, government? B, government, senate, citizens vote. C, democracy, constituency, constitution, vote, and D, democracy, constitution, citizens, and vote.
Sir, I think the answer is D as in dog.
All right, so Kevin and John, I also see your hands.
Sir, I think the answer is A.
All right, let's go. Jamaica is a democracy. This is not right. This is not right. Hold on. I need to fix something. This cannot be right. It's D. Has to be D. Jamaica is a democracy. The constitution, which is the laws of the land, states that citizens have the right to vote for the leader of their choice. So that's D for the answer. A foreigner with Jamaican parents can claim Jamaican citizenship under which category? Can this person apply for Jamaican citizenship?
Sir, I would go with A. A as in apple.
Okay. All right. So,
Sir, I go with B.
okay, anybody else? All right, in the chat, I see B, I see D, and I see A, but it's descent. Once you're a foreigner, you have Jamaican parents, you can apply for citizenship by descent. If a person is a foreigner and they married to a Jamaican, then they can apply for citizenship through marriage. All right, next one. What's happening here? All right. So here we have the structure of the Jamaican government. It says which section of government mainly consists of officials that citizens voted for. All right. John Mark and John Green.
Sir, I pick A as in apple.
I will pick A as well, sir.
All right. It's C, House of Representatives. Let me read a little something to kind of help you guys out right here. I have it right here. So the House of Representatives. Where is it? Oh, all right. Yes, House of Representatives. Let us. It says, which arm of government does not allow for members to overlap? Which arm of government does not allow for members to overlap? All right, go ahead. Look in the chat in the meantime.
Sir, I think the answer is D as in dog.
D as in dog, executive branch. It's the judicial branch. And what is the judicial branch, if you may ask? It's also known as the judiciary. The judiciary, it maintains the law and order by 1, interpreting, 2, enforcing the laws. It includes the police force that enforces the law, the courts and judges and lawyers that interpret and administer the law, and the system of sanctions for punishment such as prisons. And this don't allow anybody to overlap, which means that once you work in one area of the judiciary or one branch of the same, it doesn't allow overlapping. All right. Let's move on. So we're gonna do 15. Let us do 11:15. I'll give you your break. It says the table. Yes, so it says the tables below shows some rights and responsibilities of Jamaican citizens. Examine them, then carefully use them to answer the question below. Which of the following right and responsibility of a citizen best complements each other? Complements mean that which one goes with the other one. Okay, John Mark, go ahead.
Sir, I think the answer is A, as in apple.
All right, cool. Checking the chat. And I see D, A. All right, okay. So let's talk about rights complementing responsibilities. Or vice versa. So it's technically saying which right and responsibility goes hand in hand. So let's see the answer here. It says 1 and 9. And I was thinking the same, which means the right to life, which means that every man has the right to live his or her life the way he or she chooses. However, in the process of doing so, he or she must respect the rights of others. Take for example, right to religion. You are free to worship, you can go to church, you can preach, you can play your gospel music, but at the same time, do not impede anybody or impede anybody's ability to exercise their right because of what you're doing. For example, see, all right, let me use a church for example. All right, let me use an example. You got, oh Lord, I don't want to use Adventist as an example because I think this is kind of biased. But I've met, not all Adventist persons are like this, but I have met persons who are Adventist before who look at you with disdain if you eat pork. Because based on scripture and based on their religion, it's not a part of their diet. Rasta people believe the same, shouldn't eat pork because it's unclean. No, you have persons now, different religions or different denominations that think the opposite. They believe that you can eat the pork or such. No, what I'm saying is that the Rasta and the Adventist should not have an issue or the man have a problem or try to hurt or to impress upon the person who is eating the pork. Likewise, to the person who eat the pork should not impede or impress upon Adventists who really and truly it's their religious right not have it as a part of their diet. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hello, you were saying something? Hello? I'm not hearing anyone.
Sir, I think she left the meeting.
Oh, yeah. I was just all right. So let's move on. But I was just giving an example. No attack intended, as I said before. Your right to life demands that you respect the rights of others. All right. Let's go. Yeah. All right, so it says read the passages below, then use it to answer the question below. It says, oh. All right, so guys, you can take a break now. And you're gonna come back at 11:40. All right.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Decisions in the home are made by the head of the family, by both parents or by adult children. As young children grow older, they may also be asked to share in certain decisions. For example, the choice of school, food, or clothing. Decision-making in school is guided by the directions and policies given by the Ministry of Education. Some decisions are made by the principal or by the teacher in staff meetings. Others are made by the PTA. Classroom teachers can decide how they teach a lesson. The ancillary staff and students help to make some decisions. According to the passages, how is decision making in the home similar to that of the school? A, children are consulted before decisions are made. B, the decision-making process may require the contribution of various members of the family or institution. C, decision-making responsibility is left to the head of home or the school to make. D, children are not allowed to participate in decision-making in the school or home. All right, John, Mark, I see your hand.
Sir, I think the answer is B as in bat.
B as in bat. All right, let's go. Anybody else before we move?
Sir, I
Mhm.
will go with B as in for but. Same thing as John Mark, sir.
All right, cool. Anybody else? Let me check the chat. All right. So it's B. The decision-making process may require the contribution of various members of the family or institution. As you can see in the first passage, parents or adult children, inclusive of children as they grow older, make decisions, and also the head of the family. For school, the Ministry of Education, the principal, the teachers, and even the students and ancillary staff. Yeah. Okay. Read this statement below, then use it to answer the question below. The mosquitoes that transmit dengue require warmth for survival as they develop quickly at warmer temperatures. The phenomenon has led to an increase in the number of regions affected by dengue fever. Which of the following has led to the situation described in the statement above? Yes.
Sir, I think the answer is A as in ants.
Global warming. In the chat, I also see. All right. Don't see any answer in the chat. Persons are talking though, but it's certainly not to me. Yes, John Green.
Sir, I will go with I would say global warming.
Global warming.
Papa.
Global warming it is. Hmm?
Don't send me something to me or I will pay you something.
Okay. Which is the best question to ask in order to get the most relevant information about the importance of the Earth's atmosphere? A, is the environment necessary? B, could plants and animals live without the Earth's atmosphere? C, why are different gases necessary for life on Earth, on planet Earth? How many layers of atmosphere are there? All right. See hands going up. See the chat booming with, I see letter A in the chat. Anybody else?
Sir, I think the answer is D as in dog.
D as in dog. This one says, why are different
I was going
gases?
to say C, sir.
Huh?
I was going to say C, sir, before you answered. Before you put on the answer, sir.
My bad. I'll be a bit more patient next time. All right. So,
Okay, sir.
mm, all right. Next one. Which of the following can be considered a myth? No, sorry about that. All right, good. Please read this one. Could somebody read this one for me, please?
I'll read it, sir. What can government of a country do to ensure all citizens play their part in keeping the air clean? A. Educate the citizens on the dangers and consequences of the use of chemicals at homes and work. B. Pass laws and to restrict the use of dangerous pesticides in gardens. C. Spend more money on solid waste disposal management methods. D. Ensure that citizens buy appliances that contain CFS.
What do you have for this one? For this one right here. Go ahead, John Mark.
Sir, I think the answer is A or B.
Sir, I will go with A, sir.
All right, cool. And in the chat, I see A. Yeah, so you educate the citizens of the dangers and consequences of chemicals, use of chemicals at home and work. All right, this one. Could somebody else read this one for me, please?
I can read it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The picture below shows a dump site on fire. Use it to answer the question. Which is the best solution to reduce air pollution and diseases caused by people lighting fires at dump sites? A.
Go ahead.
Implement laws to control the amount of emissions from factories. B. Constant monitoring of dump sites by community leaders, NEPA and NSWMA to, to prevent illegal activities. C. Improve environmental awareness in schools. D. Establish partnerships between the municipal corporation and other state agencies.
All right, what do you guys have for this one? All right, go ahead, John Green.
Sir, I'll go with B. B as in bat.
B as in bat. All right. Okay. Yes, John Mark.
Sir, I also pick B as an answer.
All right, cool. And in the chat, I see B. And let's see the answer. B. Constant monitoring of the dump sites by the community leaders, NEPA. Good. And here we have one. So I need somebody else to read this one. Read the three sources below, then use them to answer the question.
I'll read it, sir.
Go ahead.
Read the three sources below, then use them to answer the question. Source 1. Alexander Bustamante was president of the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union, BITU, which he founded in 1938. He pushed for improved working conditions, wages, and benefits for workers. He started the Jamaica Labour Party and was Prime Minister of Jamaica. Source 2. Marcus Garvey traveled to many countries where he observed the poor living conditions of many Black people. He started the United Negro Improvement Association, UNIA, in Jamaica. This organization grew into an international one in the early 1920s. Source 3. Norman Washington Manley was a brilliant scholar, athlete, soldier, and lawyer. He supported workers during the labor troubles of 1938. In September 1938, he formed the People's National Party, which best describes the common interests of these national heroes. A. Alexander Bustamante and Norman Manley were both lawyers. B. The national heroes placed the good of the people above self in 1938 and worked for the well-being of the nation. C. They all wanted to become Jamaica's first prime minister. D. The well-being and needs of the Jamaican citizens were the main focus of all three heroes during the early 20th centuries.
Okay. What do you guys have? John Mark, I see your hand. Yeah, but this one.
Sir, I have B as an answer.
Okay. In the chat.
B as well, sir.
D.
D. You know what I said, sir?
Sir,
Yes,
I
sir.
was going to pick D as an answer.
Sir?
Yes, I heard you. I heard you. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
the answer is D.
D.
All right. Next one. So it says that you should read these two sources, and then you are to answer the questions. Answer the question below, rather. Yeah. All right. So go ahead. I need a reader.
So I will read.
Okay.
Climate change is not new. The changes in temperatures that we're experiencing are similar to those that the Earth has experienced in the past. Consequently, we have no reason to change our behavior. It is not necessary for humans to stop using energy from fossil fuels. Human beings, plants, animals can all adapt to changes in climate. Source 2. Weather will become more extreme as the planet heats up. There will be stronger storms, droughts, and colder winters. These changes will affect our health since our bodies have adapted to the weather we know. Ecosystems will be affected, and the lives of many species will be jeopardized, but be at risk. This means be at risk of extinction.
Yeah, so jeopardize. So
Excuse me, John Mar. The word was jeopardize. I'm just telling you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice. That's nice of you. Nice. All right. So it says which statement is correct based on the information from both sources? Adaptations are necessary for the survival of living things. B, there will not be any noticeable changes in weather patterns. C, plants and animals will die. D, there is no reason to change our behavior. Go ahead, John Green. I see you.
Oh, sorry, sir. My mic was muted. I would go with A. A as in officer.
Anybody else with a different answer? All right, go ahead.
Sir, I also pick A as an answer.
All right. All right, cool. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, good. All right, let's go. So for this one, the answer is A. Adaptations are necessary for the survival of living things. All right, moving along. So it says the graph below. No, this is wrong. So you have to read these two sources and tell which information or what information or which statement rather supports the information, which statement is supported by the information provided by both sources. All right, so Africans were brought to the Caribbean to work as slaves on sugar plantations. The plantations were set up first by the Spaniards and then the English, French, and Portuguese. These Europeans also took control over many of Caribbean islands, the Africans brought with them their culture and lived simple lives over time. They adopted some of the way of life of the other groups that settled in the Caribbean. While source 2 covers the colonizers in the Caribbean. So Barbados was colonized by England and their language, official language is English. Cuba, Spain, Spanish. Guadeloupe, France, French. Jamaica was colonized by Spain initially, followed by England, and their official language is English. Now, which statement is supported by both sources? A, most Caribbean islands were colonized by Spain. B, most Caribbean islands use the language of their colonizers. C, most Caribbean islands went through a period of colonization. And D, most Caribbean islands went through a period of enslavement. John Mark, I see your hand.
Sir, I think the answer is D.
A, most Caribbean countries were colonized by Spain. John?
No, said D.
Oh,
D.
D. Most Caribbean islands went through a period of enslavement. Sorry, my bad, my bad.
I will go with the same answer as well, sir.
Yes, Kevo and Malik, Samuel. What about your answers?
So I say the same.
G.
Repeat.
Sir, D.
D as in dog. All right, let's see.
Yes, sir. Yes, in dog.
Okay. All right, it says most Caribbean islands went through a period of colonization. Even though displayed in the table, it says that Spain colonized both Cuba and Jamaica. And then over in source 1, it mentioned that the plantations were first set up by Spaniards. Mark you this, the Caribbean islands are not limited or only made up of Jamaica, Guadeloupe, and Cuba and Barbados. So amidst the table showing that, yeah, Spain initially colonized 2 of the 4 islands mentioned. It still does not cover everything. Therefore, it would suggest that the Caribbean went through a period of colonization. All right, let's move on. The graph below shows the height of 4 different mountains, and the average temperatures associated with each. Use it to answer the questions. And the question says, first question says, which statement is true? A, the higher the mountain, the lower the temperature. B, the lower the mountain, the higher the temperature. C, mountain A is twice the height of mountain C. D, mountain A and mountain D are of the same height. Ready when you are.
Excuse me, sir. I will pick I would pick C, sir. I'll pick C. C as in cat.
Okay. Anybody else? Samuel, Malik, Kevoy. Let's go, let's go.
C, sir.
See? All right, let's see. So the higher the mountain, the lower the temperature. You notice, or let me get this thing and annotate, which is true. It is said the higher you go, the colder it gets. I think it says for a couple meters or feet, it drops by 1 degree Celsius. So if you look over right here, mountain A is, we could say 16 to 1700 meters or 1700 meters tall. And the temperature is, with a straight line, somewhere below 10 degrees Celsius. While for this one right here,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
When you are talking about the temperature, sir, that looks like a 9 degrees Celsius, sir.
Oh, yeah. I said somewhere below. I was unsure. So 9. Thank you. I'm really great. I really appreciate the help. For the right here, mountain B is 1,500 meters tall, and it's 15 degrees in terms of temperature. Mountain C is somewhere about 1,200 meters tall, and it's between 16 to 18, or somewhere between 17 to 19 degrees in terms of temperature. And right here we have mountain D, which is about 1,600 meters tall, and the temperature here, it is somewhere about 11 degrees Celsius. So it is saying the higher the mountain, which is a fact, the colder the temperature, or the lower the temperature. All right, let's move on. Next question. Based on information in the graph, which is the best conclusion that can be drawn about the weather experience in sections of country Z? A, people living in areas above 1,200 meter experience very cool temperatures. B, people living below 1,200 meter experience cold temperatures. C, mountain B experiences warm temperatures all year round. D, elevations above 1,600 meters experience temperatures of 25 degrees Celsius. All right, John Green, I see your hand.
Sir, I was saying that I would say that people living in the areas above 1,200 meters experience very cold temperatures, sir. So I would go with A, sir. A as in apple, sir.
All right, let's see. Yes, John, go ahead. I see a second hand.
Sir, I also think the answer is A too.
All right. People living, which is true, all these mountains that are elevated above 1,200 meters have very low temperatures. Cool. All right. A student in the class showed his classmates pictures of himself and his family doing the dragon dance. To which ethnic group does he belong? Go ahead.
So Chinese.
Chinese.
Sir,
I will say Chinese as well, sir.
Chinese.
C
All
for
right.
Chinese, sir. Chinese.
Chinese. Very good.
C, sir.
Mm-hmm. Which of the following statement best describes the Indians in the Caribbean? Arriving after 1834 to work as indentured laborers, they introduced curry and roti. B, arriving in 1492 to get gold, they brought cattle and the Christian religion. C, arriving in 1834 to get a better life, they brought noodles and soya sauce. And D, arriving in 1624 to get rich, they brought bun and cake. All right. Yes. Malik, that's your hand?
Sure, I think the answer is A. But
A.
they got the year wrong. It was 1492 that the Indians came.
Oh, yeah? What about you, Samuel? I see your hand.
No, I'm fine. Sorry.
Sir, I would say C, sir. Sir,
All right.
because I think it was the Indians who brought curry
I'm
to
also
Jamaica.
All right. Let's see. It's A. Arriving in 1834. And then they introduce curry and roti. Noodles and soya sauce.
Sir, I will go with A, sir. A as in apple.
Chinese, yep. And I see where one person plays. I think it's Malik. Use the apple emoji. A group of immigrants were talking about the reasons they left their home country to come to the Caribbean, which would not be a complaint. One of the complaints heard: A, my wages could not provide for the needs of my family. I lived in a house with 10 family members and we did not have piped water in our home. C, here in the Caribbean, our families can they'll eat a daily meal, while in my home country, we were always in search of food. D, we were considered equal in our community and treated fairly. What would be, Malik says it's D. Yes, John.
Sir, I would say A.
A. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? Kevin, Malik, Samuel. Go ahead.
Sure, I think the answer is D as in dog.
All right, cool. Let's go. All right. We were considered fairly. All right, so this question right here is actually talking about push and pull factors. Now, if they left their home country, like, why would they complain that in their communities they were treated equally and treated fairly? Why would they leave if this was the case? So it would be any of the other three. So the answer is D. All right, next one. To whom is the promise being made when you say the national pledge? A, the Governor General of Jamaica. B, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. C, the students of Jamaica. D, our country and the people. Malik says it's D. Yes, John Mark.
Sir, I think the answer is D as well.
All right, cool. That's right. D. Our country and people. All right. Everyday culture is promoted in various ways. Which of the following would not be considered one of those ways? In terms of promoting culture, which of the following would not be considered? A. Mr. Jenkins, a craft vendor, uses wood to carve objects such as hummingbirds and octopods. B. Sean Paul, one of Jamaica's popular reggae artists, has done many musical collaborations with artists from other countries outside of the Caribbean. C. Our classroom went on a Caribbean cruise and stopped at different islands. D. Mrs. Wang, our next door neighbor, always invites us over for dinner when she cooks a special Chinese meal.
Sir, I would choose D.
D as well for me, sir.
Wait, no, sir,
D.
C. C.
All right, let's see. Our class went on a Caribbean cruise and stopped at different countries. That wouldn't be promoting culture. If you're going on a Caribbean cruise, you're just stopping by stopping by a country and viewing, doing sightseeing, learning about them. So this wouldn't in no way promote culture. You'd actually be learning of the cultures or the living conditions of other places. Next one. During the National Heritage Celebration, the Cultural Club of the Maypole Primary School hosted an exhibition displaying the following different kinds of cuisine, arts, traditional relics, and musical instruments. Which of the following would be a suitable title for the exhibition? Caribbean ethnicity, East Indian and Chinese culture, C, cultural diversity, D, our cultural heritage.
Sir, D. D as in dog.
D as in dog. All right, go ahead, John.
Sure, I think I'll pick C as an
You'd pick which one?
C.
C. All right. All right, let's see. Yeah, it would be our cultural heritage. Not art. Cultural diversity would be when it's different cultures. It's actually different, a lot of different cultures and then East Indian and Chinese culture will be solely focused on East Indian and Chinese culture. Caribbean ethnicity would actually will be talking about the whole ethnic group. We're talking about the ethnic groups that make up the Caribbean. And then the fact that it is National Heritage Week and it's a culture club and they're showing off cuisine and relics and musical instruments that has to do with our culture, our heritage. It would be our cultural heritage. That would be the name of the title of the display. While at 30,000 feet, the returning sports team were excited to see the collection of small land masses surrounded by the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean out of the airplane window. Which concept would be used to replace the underlined section of the statement. All right, let me underline the section of the statement. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm gonna underline it and bold it. Yeah, so that is. Is it A, island, B, isthmus, C, archipelago, D, delta? All right. All right. Malik says it is cat, as in C. Yes, John Mar.
Sir, I think the answer is C. C.
Yeah. Malik, I really, that's Malik Kirby. I really like how you're communicating using the emojis. So far, A, he will use apple, use an apple. Haven't seen him use anything for B yet. For C, he'll use a cat. And for D, he'll use the dog. Really, really smart. All right, so the answer is archipelago. And I figure more like everybody here know what an archipelago is, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is a collection or a group of islands. You have the Caribbean. You have Bahamas. You have the Leeward Islands, the Windward Islands. You have the Greater Antilles, the Lesser Antilles. You have the ABC Islands. All right. Which pair is located on continent I? Is it A, the Amazon and Rockies? B, Mississippi and Rockies? C, Volga and Himalayas? D, Niles and Alps? All right, let me look. All right. Person has apple. Come, Malik, Kevoy, blessed, come talk to me.
A,
Talk
sir.
about it. What was that, Kevoy?
A.
A. Mm.
Excuse me, sir. I would say D. 9 hours. D as in for dog.
Okay, okay. Anybody else?
D, sir.
B, sir.
All right. All right, all right. Well, the answer is the Mississippi River and the Rocky Mountains, also known as the Rockies. Give me a second. All right, next one. Identify the water body between 4 and 5, which is IV and V.
Sir, I'm going with C, sir. C.
C for me, sir.
Let's do.
I got it correct.
Could somebody read this one for me, please?
I'll read it, sir.
The criminal act of vandalism is an example of the failure to fulfill which of these four responsibilities of a citizen? A. Be informed and vote. B. Participate in your community and government. C. Respect the rights and property of others. And D. Respect differing opinions and ways of life.
All right. What do you guys have? This person says C, cat. Anybody else?
Sir, I
C,
say
sir. C, sir.
C. All right. Let's see. Yes, it's C. So when you vandalize something, you're actually destroying somebody's property. So you spray paint their walls, you break their windows, you tear down their fences. Yeah. So you're not respecting their right and the rights and the property of others. All right, moving on. Which term is correctly matched with its definition?
Sir, B. Oh, sorry.
So B. Anybody else?
No, sir. No, sir. Sir. I was reading it, sir, and then my hand accidentally touched the button, and you heard me say B, but I didn't mean to say B, sir. Sorry.
All right. All right, come on with answers. Waiting. Is it A? Constitution, which means the power of the government to take property. B. Government, small group of persons that constitute the Ministry of Education. C. Rights, the power or privilege to which one is justly entitled. D. Citizen, a person who does not owe allegiance to a country but is entitled to protection from it. Yes, Malik. Malik has C. Yes, boy. Wanna help him, Samuel?
I'm thinking about the answer.
Okay. John Mark?
Sir.
John Green?
Sir, I think the answer is C.
Okay.
Sir, I go with C as well.
Me as well, sir. I too, sir.
All right. Let us see. Right. That's it. Next one. Marcus Garvey was determined to transform the lives of black populations wherever he went. Indicate with a tick. This should be a tick. In the appropriate column, the reason is which is supported or not supported. for each statement. Hold on, let me do one fixing. And then no drag a tick and put right there.
Sir, for the first statement, I would say not supported. For statement 2, I would say supported. For statement 3, I would say not supported, and for statement 4, I would say supported as well.
All right. So, anybody else with a different answer? Go ahead. All right, so let's go.
Sir, what I have it. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Sir, what I have first, for the first one, I have not supported. For the second one, I have it supported. For the third one, I have it supported. And for, for the third one, I have not supported. And for the last one, I have it supported.
All right. All right, let's go. Yes, Malik. Go ahead. Okay. The Black Star Line was a shipping company that was intended to provide jobs for the American people. And I'd say not supported. Garvey believed that Black people should be self-reliant. Supported. The aim of the UNIA was to improve the conditions of ethnic groups in the Caribbean only. Not supported. Under the UNIA, Garvey taught the value of Black pride and economic empowerment on an international level. Supported. So if that's what you had, you are indeed correct. All right, moving on. Wow. And we are finished with the questions for today. However, don't lose heart yet. I have a link that I'm going to share with you. This link is to one of the tests that we did yesterday. And this one is social studies. So again, send you the link, test yourself, and then you'll get your scores. And I'll see your scores too. Question though. Just let me turn this off. Stop sharing this.
Excuse me, sir. Can I answer a question real quick?
Most definitely.
Sir, when I was doing the maths test and I got my score, I got 33 out of 48. And I was not seeing the correct answer for the question, sir.
Oh, so you want to be able to access the correct answers? You want to see the correct?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
definitely. I can turn it on so you'll be able to see it. All I have to do is to revisit the link. As soon as we
Okay.
end today, I'll do that.